Well, today I started playing Duelyst, which is I found because of a PC Gamer article, I think it was. And it's a free-to-play card strategy game. So yeah, you get cards, a deck of about 40 cards, and you have to you play these cards on a grid which will be showing up soon. And like other tactic games, like was it Final Fantasy Tactics, Onimusha Tactics, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon, Dice Monsters, those kind of games where you've got a grid and you have to play on it, trying to isolate enemies, kill them, keep your own minion, your own creatures alive. And actually it reminds me most of the Game Boy Advance game Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters, as I mentioned before, because you've got this creature, this place on the board which you have to defend, you have to keep it alive. And in Dungeon Dice Monster, that was the player itself who had 3 hearts, and you had to keep them safe and stop the enemy attacking them. In this game, it is your general being her, being these kind of characters here with the 25 health and the 2 damage attacks. So you have to try and keep them alive while killing the other one, obviously. And you can just play these decks, you draw a card per turn, and you're limited in how many cards you can play, how many things you can summon by these mana bars at the top. Although you can attack with all the creatures on the board every turn. Again, reminds me of Dungeon Dice Monster, because there was a limiting factor to your summons. Here it's mana, there it was floor space. And usually you have to summon them next to another one of your creatures. So, but there are other ones that can be airdropped anywhere on the board, and they also have special abilities. Well, at least certain ones do, and you have to use those to try and outmaneuver your ones. All fairly normal stuff. On the board, you've got 3 mana pools, mana springs, which means you get 1 extra mana per turn. Obviously means you can do more that next turn, so that's always beneficial to try and secure or prevent the enemy from securing. There are about, I think, 6 factions. I'm not quite sure. I have only played this for about 4 hours. 6 factions in the game. Each one with a significantly different play style and special ability. Bloodborne spells, I think they are called. For instance, the one I'm playing in this match is Abyssins, something of that kind. And that one's based around summoning lots of minions, so it's always beneficial to have creatures and things on the board that can benefit from that. And obviously every minion here has, though very weak 1-to-1 damage and defense, they can attack and suicide themselves for your benefit, because they still hurt the other enemy, and the enemy killing them really doesn't bring them any benefit. But yeah, really this has been quite a fun game to discover. Just nice to have another strategy game to play, because I haven't played one for ages, or at least one I have enjoyed. And just been playing this, learning, unlocking factions, playing a little bit of online, not really doing particularly well, but then again I just started. Hoping that I can get some of my friends on it to chat with them. But really, this has just been quite a nice game to have found. Because I mean, it's just quite neat how it just plays out. You earn gold for playing matches. you can use gold to buy these little orb things that will give you a bunch of cards. You can also pay for this with real life money, but really doesn't feel like you have to at this stage. Just play games, get gold, get spirit orbs, get spirit from cards you don't want. I just read this on a wiki, by the way. You can trade in, I believe, cards you don't want for spirit currency, which you can then use to craft other cards to add to your deck. That is kind of a really neat thing, although I haven't tried it yet. I've run out of things to say, just giving my brain a bit of time to recharge. Oh yes, you've got 3 different kind of cards, probably important to note. You've got obviously the minions, which you can see all around the screen. You've got spells, as you just saw float up on the screen, as I've got in my spell bar, in my card bar. And you've got artifacts, which I have one active on this side, which you can activate and it'll give you various boosts. All of these cost mana, and you have to use them wisely. And it's really kind of cool. It's kind of a mixture of Yu-Gi-Oh! And chess. Just sort of a neat thing to play. I honestly quite enjoyed it. But yeah, not really much else to add about the game in itself. So I might just, start talking about other things. Probably should talk about Guild Wars, which I have sort of lost a bit of motivation to play as of late. I still think it's a magnificent game, really enjoy it, but sort of like I had with Skyrim, I played it so many hours and now I've just got through this wall where I just don't feel the urge or the need or have the will to play that game now. Hopefully in the future I can return to it and have a lot of fun. Probably will play it. Probably will play it again when I move into uni accommodation. Hopefully start raiding with my guild. Start doing fractals again. And working on my Nevermore legendary staff. Hopefully my 4th legendary. Should be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get back into Guild Wars. It might take me a while to regain my motivation to play, not even make content, just to play the game, but hopefully I will get it back because it is great fun. At the moment I am playing Duelyst, this game, and the original Borderlands, because I've been meaning to play all of the games in that series for a long time, so I've got plenty of other things to entertain me and keep my mind going. Plenty of fun to have there. Other things I've been doing, mostly just work. Some horrendous shifts and then some pretty decent ones. Fluctuating, usual sort of work problem. And also bought a Kindle recently. Mostly due to me going away to do English at uni, as I think I've mentioned in the past. Don't know. Maybe. Yes. No. Don't know. So I bought that so I could quickly get some of the books I needed for the first term. But I also bought 3 Guild Wars books. What were they? Oh yeah, it was the Sea of Sorrows, Ghost of Ascalon, and Edge of Destiny. So yeah, bought 3 Guild Wars books. Does sort of make me look a bit obsessed with that game series. As I said, Really enjoying the series. Bit funny that I stopped playing the games, have no motivation for the games, but it seems to have just sort of moved that energy into reading the books about the games. Currently Sea of Sorrows, really enjoying that. Some people said in my guild said it was boring. I haven't come away with that impression. Really quite enjoying it. Not particularly well written, not really handling the characters as well as they could, but a pleasant story to read as far as I'm concerned, so quite enjoying that. Finished, I think it was the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass for my course. Enjoyed that. Just been reading a lot, really. I mean, last year at work, and I have to probably state at this point, I only read at the moment late at night or during my shift breaks during my shifts at work, which is maybe an hour a day for 5 days a week. Finished the whole Game of Thrones series, finished numerous books, including one about North Korea, a huge book about the Holy Roman Empire, a huge book about the Napoleonic War. I finished a book on Mussolini, which was written in the 50s. Very interesting to see the opinions about him from if I remember, it was an American who had Italian heritage, or it was an Italian who fled to America when Mussolini ascended, or just something like that. So I read a book about Mussolini written at that time. I also read, what was the other one? Yeah, I read a book about Franco. I think that was the War for Spain. Read that by a guy who famously wrote a book about Stalingrad. Really famous author. Cannot remember his name at the moment. Probably a bad sign. But yeah, no, I've been, as you can see, reading a lot. So that's been good. And basically not been doing much else other than playing the occasional video game, reading, slowly losing my interest in Guild Wars, and starting to play Borderlands, this, and more or less my Guild Wars has been reduced to the daily home instance farm, which is kind of sad. But hopefully when I go to uni I can get back into Guild Wars. I'll hopefully be able to get a better computer so I can start playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Finally, I know it's years old by this point. Still really want to play it. Really badly. It's like Skyrim. I had to wait years to actually get a computer that could run it. Really looking forward to the ability to play it when I can. Don't rob me this. And yeah, thank you for, clicking on this video, listening to a very weird, badly spoken Scot rambling as you watch pixels smash each other into the ground. Really appreciate it. I'm not certain I'd do so in your position, but yeah, no, thanks. But yeah, so I'll probably end this video soon, maybe when this round's done. And if anybody actually wants to play this game against me, completely only because I know what you're seeing on the screen isn't particularly good. It's really quite bad. I'm certain that I'm not particularly good at strategy or planning thing. It's more just sort of smash for me. But yeah, if anybody wants to play me, chat and play and just sort of have a good time, yeah, you should know where my Steam profile is. It's linked on my YouTube channel, I'm fairly certain, and on my blog. So yeah, you can probably find me on Steam, send me an invite. Probably best to message me through Steam or send a message through my blog. Tell me that you're adding me and we can hopefully have some multiplayer games, because I'd really quite like to play this with another person I can talk to. It's quite nice to just have some back and forth chat playing this strategy game, you know, have somebody laughing at me as I fail miserably. So yeah, no, thank you guys for tuning in, listening to me blabbing on endlessly, and hopefully you enjoy yourselves, have a good evening, and I'll see you in the next video.